Good morning, students. How are you all? So, after understanding the law, so today in this session we are going to understand the judiciary, the judicial system, how our Supreme Court is working, how our High Court is working, and along with that we are going to understand about the Lok Adalat and even about our district courts as well. In this video, we are going to understand the complete judiciary that is going on, that is practicing in India. So what are the main learning outcomes that we discussed down in this chapter? The first one is related with the civil and criminal laws. What are the main laws that is made for the civil and criminal acts? And the second one is related with the Indian judicial system. How is the Indian judiciary or the judicial system is going on or working on? Along with that, we will understand the composition, function and jurisdiction of the Supreme Court, and further we will discuss down about the High Court as well, and along with High Court we will discuss down about a subordinate court that includes the local court and the district court, and along with that we will discuss down about the Lok Adalat. Moving further, we are going to understand about the impartial and independent judiciary. At last we will discuss down the case studies, that is judicial impartiality, that is related with the judicial and impartiality. From there we can able to understand that judiciary is promoting the democracy, and judiciary always give a free and equal treatment to each and every person. So moving further, now we are going to start up the chapter. So as I give you the introduction earlier, we are going to understand the role of judiciary. As we all are aware that we have number of rules, we have number of laws in our constitution. So we have to follow all those rules, and if any person does not follow that rule or use the misuse of their right, he has to face down the punishment given by the courts. So in this chapter, here's the first topic given, that is related with the civil and criminal law. So as we all are aware that there are different kind of laws given, and two of them are the civil and criminal law. As law is a system of rules, and we have to follow all such kind of rules which are included in our constitution. These rules are made down just for our safety purpose. So before discussing that, just check out the extract. As you all are aware that firstly you have to read down the extract, and after reading the extract, what you have to do, you have to complete down the question that are given below. So the extract is actually related with the selection of the judges. So how the selection procedure of the judges is going on of the different courts. So the question that are given here are, how are judges appointed presently? So in the present time period and the present system of the collegium, in which the Chief Justice of India and forum of the senior most judges of the Supreme Court appoint and transfer the judges. And second one is related with the through what process can a judge be removed from the office. So judge once appointed and cannot be removed except through the time consuming impeachment process. Okay, the third one is related with what is the flaws in this system. So what are the main flaws in this system? A basic flaw of this system is that it allows judges to choose their own successor. Okay, so moving further, now we are going to understand about the criminal laws and the civil laws. What are included in the criminal laws and the civil law? As the laws are further divided into two types, we had already discussed down. So firstly, the criminal law definitely deals with the cases involving crime and violation of the people, like the cases that are related with the theft. Theft क्या होता है? That is related with the चोरी करना. Okay, assault, harassment for the dowry, as girls are facing lot of problem just because of dowry. They face lot of harassment just because the in-laws are demanding the dowry. So murder system is there going on, the people murder. The another one, just in the sake of fulfilling their, we can able to say that fulfilling their desire, or if they have any kind of issue with that person. So all such kind of cases are created under the criminal cases, and definitely for this we have to file file down the FIR to the police, and further police investigate the case completely and give the person a complete punishment by sending him to the jail. So the criminal case is definitely related with the case involving the crime or the violation of the people, like the theft, assault, harassment of the people, or we can able to say the dowry and the murder cases as well. So the FIR case will be filed down there, and the person who is guilty and who is involved in such kind of a crime will definitely have to go to jail. The second one is related with the civil law. So that definitely the civil law deals with the civil cases like the private dispute. So civil law is a set of rules which governs the relationship between the individual, like the dispute between the two people arises down, dispute between the two government arises down, and even dispute between the two organization or two institution arises down, that is came under the civil law. So subjects that fall under this category of disputes related with the sale of land. As we all are aware, whenever we want to sell down the land, many a times in many of families or many institution, definitely the dispute occur down. So the next one is related with the purchase of different kind of goods when we want to purchase down. So sometimes the disputes occur down. Rent matter is there, divorce matter is there, avocation is there. So all such kind of things are came under the civil law. Even if we want, we can able to file down the petition as well in the court. Okay, so is it clear to you all? Firstly, we had discussed down about the criminal cases. Criminal cases involves the cases that are related with a bigger crime, the theft, murder, all such kind of things is considered under the criminal cases. And secondly, we had discussed down about the civil laws. So civil laws is just related with the dispute that occurs in two person or two institution or any of the while doing any of the work, that is related with the divorce and related with the sale of land. All such kind of things are included in the civil laws. Even legal action was there also for the civil laws as well. So moving further, now we are going to understand about the judicial system. As we all are aware that the judicial system is practiced in our India. So how is the judicial system is there? Structure of judiciary, here you can able to see in this table diagrammatic presentation or tabular presentation as well. So Supreme Court, we all are aware with this, which court is considered as the highest court of India. So definitely that court is considered, Supreme Court is considered as an highest court of India, or this is also known as the apex court of India. It is in New Delhi, or it is at New Delhi. Wonderful. The second one is related with the High Court. High Court is definitely under the Supreme Court. So High Court is considered as the highest court at the state level and the union territories level. And if I talk about India, there are 24 high courts in India, and almost every state and union territory has their own high court, but some of the times two states also shares the one high court. Like if I talk about Punjab and Haryana have one high court. So the next one is definitely district and the session courts. Definitely the district court work under the Supreme Court and the High Court, as the district courts further consist of the civil judges and metropolitan magistrates. Okay, so the Indian judicial system, how is going out? So each and every case is being solved in this judicial system, as it plays a very crucial role or very important role in the functioning of Indian democracy, because it helps us to make the law and order in the country. It solves the problems that is being faced by the people, or that the problem that is related with the criminal and the civil offences, and even any citizen can approach the court when the law is being violated. Whenever the person faces down that his or her law is being violated down, he is unable to get the proper justice, so he has the complete right to go to particular court. Okay, so the structure we had already discussed down. At the higher level there is a Supreme Court, at this and below the Supreme Court there is a High Court, but the High Court is considered as a highest court of the state and Supreme Court is considered as a highest court of the country. And moving further, there is an District Court. Okay, so now we are going to understand about the functioning of the Supreme Court. How is the Supreme Court function down, and what are the main role, eligibility and tenure of the Supreme Court. So as we had discussed down, India has a single judicial system of the entire country, connecting the number of courts with the Supreme Court. Supreme Court is considered as a head of all the courts. So each and every, so as the Supreme Court decision is considered as an finalized decision, so the Supreme Court definitely is considered as a highest court. That is the reason the High Court and other subordinate courts work under the Supreme Court or considered as a lower court, and Supreme Court supervise the working of the High Court and the subordinate courts. So the various powers that are included or given to the Supreme Court are definitely transferring any civil or criminal case from one High Court to another High Court or subordinate to the state High Court. And if the Supreme Court think that the case is not being resolved by one particular court in a proper manner, so Supreme Court definitely transfer that case from one High Court to another High Court. Okay, so the second one is related with withdrawing and deposing any case pending before the High Court. So the Supreme Court has the authority to saying that the High Court has to give a quicker decision on a case that is pending to them. The third one is related initiating international commercial argument and disagreement. Definitely, so they can have the complete right to take down the initiative on the commercial argument and the disagreement as well. Review its own judgment or order in the civil or the criminal procedure. So the Supreme Court has a complete right, if they want to review their own judgment, only then the Supreme Court can able to review it once. No other party has the right to ask the Supreme Court to view their judgment. Okay, so moving further, the composition of the Supreme Court is there. Composition representing how many judges are there, who is the head of the Supreme Court. One head is very much essential, na? So who is the head of Supreme Court, how is the function going on in the Supreme Court. So definitely it consists of the composition of Supreme Court definitely relates with 31 judges are there in the Supreme Court, and along with that 31 judges, from that 31 judges, definitely there is one Chief Justice of India, and along with the Chief Justice of India there are 30 judges as well. So there are total 31 judges in the Supreme Court. So one is there who is the head of the Supreme Court and control all the functioning of Supreme Court, that is known as the Chief Justice of India. Okay, so and if I talk about who appoint the Chief Justice of India, definitely the President appointed the Chief Justice of India, and the Prime Minister himself is given the recommendation by outgoing Chief Justice and the Union Ministers of the law. Okay, so moving further, if I talk about the eligibility procedure, so what are the main required eligibility of that person is demanding down while giving him this post. So the eligibility for that person, definitely the first one is related with if he is a citizen of India and he has to fulfill only one of them is very much essential. It's not like that he must fulfill all such kind of three things, only one is required. So whether he is a judge for High Court at least for the 5 years, या तो वो हाई कोर्ट का जज रहा हो पूरे 5 साल के लिए, और he must be an advocate of High Court. So as a lawyer he must work as a lawyer in the High Court for near about 10 years. And the last one is related with is a distinguished jurist in the opinion of the president. So definitely if a person want to be the Chief Justice of India, because it is considered as the highest judge of all the courts, so if a person wants to be Chief Justice of India, these are the main requirement. A person must be fulfill any one of the three. Only then he is capable to become the judge of Supreme Court. So the next one, tenure is definitely related with the time period. So definitely if I talk about the Chief Justice and other judges of Supreme Court, the age limit for them is just 65 years. So before the expiry time they are unable to resign. If they want to leave that court, they have to resign it by themselves. Even if the president want to remove that Chief Justice of India or the Supreme Court judges, he can, but the condition applied for that, the president has to prove down that the person is not properly working down, he is misusing the authority power, he is using as to misbehave with other people. So for that an impeachment process is going on there. Impeachment process like the voting process is going on there, whether the Chief Justice of India is going to remove down. So definitely the impeachment process is going on with both the houses of the parliament, that is Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha, when 2/3 of the majority member present and voting is going on. And with the majority, if the most of the people or majority of people agree down that the Chief Justice is doing wrong and does not working for the betterment of the people, or doing something misbehavior or not following the constitution properly, then he has to give the president remove that Chief Justice of India and other judges from their position. Okay, so moving further, now we are going to understand about the function and jurisdiction of the Supreme Court. The main functions of the and jurisdiction of the Supreme Courts are broadly divided into three parts, or we can able to say that the three types of functions are there. The first one is definitely, or the primary function. Primary means a very most important, or the first function that we had to discuss down is the judiciary that resolves the dispute between citizen and the government. Definitely the citizen have many a time problem with the government, the law made by the government, the functioning that is being done by the government sometime is not acceptable by the citizen. So all such kind of the cases is being taken under the control of the Supreme Court. So whether the problem arises with the state government, whether the problem arises with the central government, all such kind of a cases being solved under the Supreme Court. And even sometimes the disputes occur between the state government and the central government, and all such kind of a disputes is also being checked out in the Supreme Court. Okay, the second one is related with the uphold the law, so enforcement of the fundamental right. And if every citizen of India has approach to the Supreme Court or High Court if they believe their fundamental right has been violated down, if they find that their rights are not given to them properly or their rights are being violated down, so any person or who is a citizen of India has a complete right to go to or to approach to the Supreme Court. No other person has the right to deny to that person to go to the Supreme Court, because it is also their right, and Supreme Court has to check out the case in a proper manner. The third one is related with the judiciary act as a financial interpretation of the constitution. If the court finds that the law or the order of executed violate the provision of the constitution, definitely it declares such law or order null and void. As we had discussed down in the process of law making, we came to know that the bill is further converted into the law, and after making law of that bill, if Supreme Court thought that bill is not an appropriate one or not in the favor of the constitution or not following the guidelines of the constitution, so definitely the Supreme Court has a complete right to consider that law null or violated. The law is not further imposed in the constitution or not further included in the constitution if the Supreme Court wishes that. Okay, so the Supreme Court is able to do all such kind of activities when he or she when the Supreme Court find that the law is not meant on the rule of the constitution. Okay, so here is search and suffer given, that is what is the emblem of Supreme Court of India. So definitely the Supreme Court of India, emblem of the Supreme Court of India is the Ashok Chakra with the Ashokan lion capital. Okay, so definitely the judicial review is quite clear to you. Judications refers to the scope of the authority of the Supreme Court to carry out judgment and enforces law. The Supreme Court can enjoy the following jurisdictions. So now we are going to understand the jurisdictions which is being implemented by the Supreme Court. So definitely there are 4 types of jurisdiction. When you read down that, you can able to understand it properly, as it is related with the scope or authority of the Supreme Court to carry out the judgment and enforcement of the law. So these are the main 4 jurisdiction that has been followed by the Supreme Court. Okay, so moving further, the first one is related with the original jurisdiction. Definitely original jurisdiction include the dispute between the union government and with one or more state from one or more sides. Definitely, and it might possible that this problem occurs between the 2 states as well. So definitely the Supreme Court deals with the problems that are being faced by the people with the violation of their fundamental right. If they found their rights are being violated down, the Supreme Court is going to take action against that. And Supreme Court also solve the disputes between the state government and the union government. Moving further, the next one is related with the appellate jurisdiction. Appellate jurisdiction means to appeal against the judgment of High Court. Like a case goes to the High Court and High Court gives its judgment. Now we all are aware now that High Court work under the Supreme Court, and the people thought, whosoever the case is related with, the people thought that the High Court judgment is not an appropriate one and High Court is unable to give a right judgment or doing a correct judgment. Definitely only then he has the complete authority to file up the case in the Supreme Court. So whenever the people thought that High Court is not give a proper judgment or the reviewal of any case is necessary one, then the person has a complete right to go to the Supreme Court, and that case is came under appellate jurisdiction. So moving further, the next one is related with the advisory jurisdiction. Advisory means to give advice. So definitely the Supreme Court has the authority to give advice to the president as well on the constitutional issues, but it is not like the president has to follow the guidelines or the advice which is being provided by the Supreme Court. It is the willingness of the president whether he wants to approve that guidelines, whether he wants to obey those guidelines or not. The Supreme Court has the authority to give advice whenever the president needed that. Okay, so 4th one is related with the miscellaneous function. Miscellaneous functions representing to the various other functions. So definitely the record of court. So whatsoever proceeding is going on in the court, whatsoever judgment is given by the Supreme Court, so all such kind of records are necessary in a print manner. So okay, so all such kind of things are included. Jurisdiction are further divided into 4 types. So first one is related with the original jurisdiction, the second one is related with the appellate jurisdiction, a third one is related with the advisory jurisdiction, and definitely 4th one is related with the miscellaneous function. Hope you are clear till here what we had discussed down. We had discussed down about the criminal and civil laws. Along with that, we came to know about the Indian judicial structure, the structure of judiciary. The highest court is considered as a Supreme Court. Along with that, the lower or the after the Supreme Court there is a High Court, and along with that, after the High Court there is district or the subordinate courts. Moving further, we came to know about the composition, eligibility criteria, tenure period, or the functions of the Supreme Court, and further we came to know about the different types of jurisdiction which the Supreme Court has the authority. There are 4 types of jurisdiction. Definitely the first one is related with the original jurisdiction, the second one is related with the appellate jurisdiction, the third one is related with the advisory jurisdiction, and the fourth one is related with the miscellaneous functions. Okay, so now we are going to start up the public interest litigation. So public interest litigations means the Supreme Court, as we all know, works with the help of the or under take out the control of the High Court and the other courts, as but in recent time period or in present scenario, the Supreme Court start thinking about the interest of the people. They start thinking about the development of the people. So the Supreme Court has started working on the matter of the public interest. They started working on the matters that are related with the public interest. They started working in such a way so that the public too got the benefits or their development will be started down. Now in any individual or a group can file the public interest litigation on the behalf of a group of a person whose right are being affected down, and if the person thought that his right is not given to him properly, he has a complete right to fill down or to file down the PIL. Okay, so he has a complete right to file down the writ petition as well, and if he want to write down the letter by addressing the Chief Justice of India, that is also acceptable. Even one example of this is also given. The People Union of Civil Liberties filed the PIL in the Supreme Court against the government of the food storage in the year 2001. So they filled the petition here. The 4 things are demanded in the petition. So what are the things that are demanded in the petition? लोगों की demands क्या थी उस time पे? They said that the storage of food is being done by the government, so they filed down the case in 2001. So what are the main demands of the people at that time period? Definitely in the petition 4 demands are main things. 4 things are main in their demand. The first one is related with the drought affected area. The people faced down the drought in that area at that time period. So drought affected area definitely provide the employment of the people, because most of the people are suffering because they don't have an employment at that particular area. The area is being destroyed there at a larger extent. So the people definitely demanded for the employment provision. Along with that, they demanded free relief to the person unable to work, a person who is not able to work. Now the main issue arises, a person who is not able to work, if the employment is given to him, he is unable to do the things properly. So what they demanded, the free relief must be given to the person who is unable to work properly or who is not able to work. Okay, the third one is related with the food distribution. A food distribution scheme, public distribution scheme must be going on in a proper manner. A food must be goes to the people in a proper manner. The fourth one is related with the subsidies of the food grain. The families that has affected down from the drought must got subsidies from the central government through the existing schemes, so that they can able to get up their basic necessities or the basic amenities of the life. Okay, so definitely the Supreme Court appoint 2 commissions to ensure this order. The first commission is representing the Food Corporation of India, FCI. Now the Food Corporation definitely check out the food grains are not being wasted down in that particular area or not being wasted down even in any of the area. So the Food Corporation of India is there, who is checking out all the quantities of the food grains that are present in our India and whether they are going to the right people or not. Okay, the second one is related with the states who are given responsibility of implementing various schemes to ensure the development of IPL. PIL schemes to met. Okay, so the provision of the legal aids are legal aids matlab that is related with legal aids mean related with little bit of help with the help of money. Okay, so the people cannot arrange the legal aids themselves, so Supreme Court provides them, the Supreme Court Legal Aid Committee provides them some of the aids to the people, as it includes a person with the annual income less than 18,000 has got this aid. Along with that, the person belongs to the scheduled caste or scheduled tribes got this benefit, and along with that, the people who suffer down from the natural calamities like drought is going on there in 2001, so the people are suffering from the drought, and the people who suffer from such kind of calamities has got these legal aids. Along with that, women, children, mentally ill and otherwise and any kind of disabled person is there who is unable to work, or disabled person definitely, or we can able to say a mentally ill person, so definitely they got this aid. And person who is any kind of custody, he also got this aid. Okay, so hope you are clear with the chapter till here. We had already completed down the half chapter. In this chapter we came to know about the complete functioning of the Supreme Court, how we can able to join up the Supreme Court, how many judges are there in the Supreme Court. Along with that, we came to know about the composition of Supreme Court, the tenure period of Supreme Court. Along with that, we came to know about the functions that are being ruled by the Supreme Court, and after that we came to know about the judgment given by the Supreme Court on various jurisdictions. Okay, so there are 4 jurisdictions, and further we discussed down the Supreme Court working that is related with the public interest litigation. We had discussed it properly. In the next video we will discuss down about the High Court, as we had already know that High Court definitely came under the Supreme Court. So till here you have to revise the Supreme Court properly.